like Venice. It's cool. Isn't it cool?
So we made it to Venice. We're just kind of wandering up and down the alleys and the canals. How do you like the canals?
Cool.
Cool. Left or right?
This way.
This way? Do you remember? I have my phone, so like we're not gonna get that lost. But honestly, when you're in Venice, you have to get a little bit lost. It's kind of the experience. We're trying to find our Airbnb. I think that's our alley, isn't it?
It's not our alley, no, because there's no signal.
Oh, you're right.
But
That is what the corner kind of looks like, though. Should we go down here anyway? Okay. Except it's not. Oh, how do we get south? Oh, this isn't. It's a dead end. Okay. Yeah, actually, this will work for now.
Yeah? Okay. It's really dark on
I
here.
know it is. I'm past this. I remember this.
Yep.
Is it canal?
Okay. Okay. Whoa.
This way?
Sure.
Keep an eye out for that restaurant that we ate at.
Yeah.
Blake, what did you order?
Salt encrusted sea bass.
And it was first of all, it was like 28 euros, so
Yeah.
it was rather expensive. It's
28.50.
but it was an experience.
Oh, yeah.
He rolled it out to you on a cart and cracked it open with a mallet.
It was
And
a
then
mound of
deboned
salt.
it right
Yep.
next to the people. And we were like, what the heck is going on? And
Yep, we're right here.
This is where it was.
Yep. Very yummy.
We made it.
Oh, there we go.
Phew, we got it. We made it to our Airbnb. This is it, basically. We have this little room. It's a studio. There's not even a kitchen, but that's okay. I don't need one. Bathroom's in here. And we're like 5 minutes away from, what is it, San Marcos Square? I keep messing that up somehow. We're probably gonna get up early tomorrow and wander through the city early in the morning, so that way we can see as much of it before everybody else gets out. That's the goal. But we'll see. We have to double check the weather too, because I'm pretty sure it's supposed to start raining soon. But it'll be nice. Yeah, getting the hang of it. I have a crud, so I'm sorry for my voice.
A crud.
This is our little alley outside of our place.
Beautiful. It's way better than Sicily.
I mean, Sicily was alright. I kind of wish,
Go back with a different experience,
Yeah.
not being in the airport.
not being in the airport.
Yep. I think there's a lot of places like that on our list, like seeing it with fresh eyes. Because last time I was here in Venice, I was not a fan. I didn't really like it because it was so hot. It was so busy. It was so crazy. And it's just a dead end.
It is.
But how?
Unless you want to swim.
I don't want to swim. We went down the wrong alley. You know what's cool about this place is that it's all a maze. And so you never really know where you are or what's going on. But as I was saying, last time I was here, I really didn't have the best experience because it was the middle of summer. We were drowning in tourists and it was miserable. It was so hot and so humid. But this is amazing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, it's much nicer.
Yeah, I love
It
it.
feels like the not very beginning because it's April, but like kind of halfway through my time in Sicily. So I'd only been there or been in Sicily for a couple months. But it definitely feels like it where it's like, it's not hot, but it's not cold.
No, it's like perfect temperature,
It's
wouldn't
a
you
little
say?
humid.
Yes. Okay, take a right here.
69.
Books are in a gondola in case it floods. Tubs. That's so cool. Isn't this cool? Yeah. So the deal with this place is that all of the books, as you can see, they're all raised off the ground because it floods. And when it floods, everything in the gondolas just floats. Because this is a giant gondola.
Yeah, I don't think I want.
Beautiful. Looks like a fish. So we just left the bookstore. Check out the mascot. This little cat, he chills. If you've seen my Instagram stories, you already know. There's all of these really amazing prints that you can get here too. We ended up getting a few postcards. I really like them. Do you like them? I don't think we've seen anything on this trip so far where I've been like, oh my gosh, I need to have that. But those postcards, the prints, they were up there. They're technically postcards, but I think they're going to be really cool if we hang them in our future house. Aren't they cool?
They are cool.
We should translate the back, like what they are.
We will.
What they mean.
Yeah.
One more.
Hang on. Cool.
Libreria Acqua Alta. Bookshop, free entrance. Very beautiful. Highly recommend if you come to Venice. What do you think?
It's cool.
It's pretty cool, huh?
Next to the bookstore, there's this papier-mâché Venetian mask store. And these are the real deal, not the ones that they import from like overseas, from China or anywhere else. The people in here actually make them all themselves. We went inside and we looked around, but you couldn't take any photos or videos inside, but you can in the windows. So these are like the kind of things that they do. Look at this cat one down here. It's beautiful. This is the really beautiful, intricate parts. The sun and the moon one, isn't that amazing? This is St. Mark's Square. That is the Basilica. This is, what is it called? Campiano? The tower. This used to be basically a watchtower and lighthouse that guarded kind of the Grand Canal. So it was kind of just a watchtower for basically all of Venice, because at the time in the 1500s it was at its peak and it was the most powerful and wealthy city-state in all of Europe. Oh, and I got this out because over here is Cafe Florian. Cafe Florian is like the second oldest continually run coffee shop in the world, from what I know. 1720, and it's still being run today, which is really, really cool, and it's extremely extravagant. That's where the likes of Hemingway, Lord Byron, all of these really, really classically famous people would have coffee here, and you can still have some today.
$10.50 for a cappuccino.
I know, it's expensive.
€10.
But you want to see why it's expensive? Well, here, I'm gonna go show them really quick.
Okay.
You want to see why it's so expensive? Come look over here. First of all, outside you get a live band all of the time. They're playing classic music, which is beautiful. But inside, it's the most extravagant thing I've ever seen. Cafe Florian, and this is what it looks like on the inside. Very, very, very fancy. So we're kind of wasting a couple hours. Right now, we're just kind of wandering through Venice, and look at this beautiful square we found. We've kind of wandered away from like the main touristy areas, which is perfect.
Venice is pretty cool though. Oh my god.
Is it bright?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually really cool here.
It is really cool, isn't it?
Yeah. It's good weather too.
It's perfect.
I mean,
it's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, I like this.
I do too. So the deal with Venice is that it's quite humid, right? And so in the summertime, it's so hot you can barely breathe. But right now, it's like maybe 70 degrees, maybe. Oh my God. It's still quite humid, but it feels really good. And look at this view. We have a church of something Maggiore over there. Giorgio Maggiore right over there. Another church there. The main square is over here. This is San Marco. This is where the square is. This is the San Marco Square. If you zoom out, you'll see that Venice looks like a fish.
Oh yeah.
And we're almost at the fishtail, the very, very tip. The goal is to get down to the very tip, just because we can. And I've never been here before. And it's honestly beautiful, because look at this. It's like...
Yeah, it's all these weird trees.
It's beautiful. And it's almost like we've left where all the tourists are.
Because there's grass and
there's
stuff.
There's grass, there's parks, there's families playing, there's people running. It's like normal people live here. It's not like the touristy inner part of Venice, which is amazing. It
See if you can
really
see
far,
it.
But it's really not that far.
Yeah, it's really not. This like island thing right here, like where this big church is actually like another island that you have to take a boat to get to. Over there is St. Marcos?
So it's both.
Oh.
It's either San Marco or
San
St.
Marco.
Mark's.
Okay.
And I just checked. Apparently, like from where we are right now, it would take us 24 minutes to walk to the square.
Yeah.
Which is really not bad at all.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna walk to the tippy bit. We're gonna go to the tippy bit of the island and then walk all the way back and go into the basilica.
Little big old park in here.
I guess there's
It's kind of windy too.
there it is, but good thing I
Yeah.
put those wind things
Yes,
on.
it is.
This island right here is Lido, and Lido is really important because it's what makes this water calm enough to be traversed as quickly and often as it is.
Yeah.
It acts as a breakwater to the Adriatic Sea, and so that way it makes this very calm comparatively to the other
Yeah.
side of Lido. So if you want to go to the beach, you go to Lido. Looks like we're gonna get rained on.
I hope we do.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. Just a little bit of me wants
Some drizzle drizz.
Yeah. 'Cause we have the umbrella,
We have the umbrella.
so we'll be okay.
I've never been to Venice when it rains. I'm not concerned about, what do they call it? Acqua alta? Acqua alta is when it floods. Sorry, I just put a cough drop in my mouth too, so if you hear that, that's what it is. I've had this sore throat and cough for like probably the past 3 days. It's been pretty brutal.
You sound like crap in the morning.
I know, I do. Oh, it's gonna get stormy.
Being on top of that freaking tower right now.
Well, it's been struck by lightning before, so.
Has it?
Yep. Okay, we got under our umbrella. It's raining. I think it makes it more fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's,
Good thing we have this.
it's coming down now. It's Hold on, stop for a second. Can you hold this with your other hand? I'm gonna make sure my backpack's underneath.
Okay.
Oh my god.
You want to get under something?
Oh, here, let's go to the skip the line section. Look at
Oh shoot.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, my feet are so wet.
Oh no.
Phew. Well, this is beautiful, huh? That's a lot of water. Wow. How amazing to see the square basically empty though. Beautiful.
3 hours later.
We were only in Venice for a single full day. How was it for you, Blake? Your single full day in Venice?
Full day in Venice was awesome.
It was, huh?
Saw a bunch of cool stuff. Got dumped on. Saw some cool stuff.
Saw some cool stuff.
Had a great dinner.
Had a great dinner.
Had a great afternoon tea at the Florian.
Oh my gosh, we did.
Been around for
400 years?
Actually, no, 299 years.
Was it
1720.
Oh,
It'll be
really?
300 years next year.
Damn, we should have been here next year.
Let's come back next year.
That's true. We went to the Florian for afternoon tea after we went into the Basilica, which we did do. We went into the Basilica,
Yeah.
but right when we walked inside, you couldn't film anything, and
Yeah,
you
it was
couldn't
like no pictures.
no pictures, no filming, and you had to be silent basically because it's a church. So I can understand that to an extent, but I'm sorry we didn't show you anything. Mark's tomb was in there, so like Saint Mark is buried in Saint Mark's Basilica, which is right behind me, right back here. It's gorgeous inside. Definitely recommend. We just couldn't film anything, unfortunately, because I'm not about to break rules that say you can't film here. I mean, I don't know. I probably would, to be honest. I just didn't. Because it's our last and only night here in Venice, we are chilling right in front of all of the stuff that happens. So right behind me, you have St. Mark's Square or San Marcos Square, whatever you want to call it. It's San Marcos in Italian or St. Mark's Square in English. The Campanile Tower or something right behind me. We have Doge's Palace right behind my head. These are where the Doges of Venice lived for hundreds of years. And then over here, let's see what else. Hold on, I gotta turn. This is a bridge. We could honestly walk over this because it's not very busy right now. But if you go over this bridge, this building right here is the former prison where all of these prisoners used to live. And then in this little canal area is the Bridge of Sighs. Okay, that is the Bridge of Sighs right there, lit up for you to see. Beautiful. So we just had breakfast at Florini over there on the corner, which is a little cafe bar. Cafe bar. I started to say cafe and then it didn't work, and then I started to say coffee and it was bad. We sat down for dinner tonight and it was a 4-course meal. And 4-course meal.
4 course and 7 years ago.